Hey, good afternoon. Welcome to Breakthrough Life Coaching and welcome to Module 3 of Kickstart Your Life. I hope that last week through the module and through our coaching session we were really able to explore the opportunities of fear. And fear is an incredibly strong emotion and is generally the number one reason why people are unable to take their dreams, their passion, their desire to the next level. But being able to identify what causes fear to happen hopefully will be the catalyst to allow you to start to get the mind turned around. Remember, we talked about in the last module the effect of courage. And courage is the antidote to fear. And in order for courage to show up, you need to start taking action. Action is the key. When you start to build momentum, courage is there waiting for you. So, a couple of reminders also from last week that generally everybody is trying to do the best that they can with the resources that they have available to them at the time. Okay, and those resources may be a lack of money, knowledge, understanding, the right person to speak to, connections. But everybody's striving and they're all trying to achieve the best they can with the resources they have at the time. The other key thing is that all of us suffer fear to some degree. The really successful people are those that are able to overcome it. Do you think that very successful people, when they make $1 million decisions, have some form of fear? Absolutely. Richard Branson, when he decides to have space travel, imagine the fear that he must be facing to have that. It's going to cost millions and millions of dollars, technical research, science, technology, things that potentially haven't even been invented yet. But he doesn't sit there and let the fear dominate what he wants to achieve. He takes action. And we can bring that right down to us who simply just want to start our own business, start a savings plan, start an investment opportunity, buy a house, maybe even just buy a new car. Whatever it is, don't sit and focus on the fear. Remember that whatever you focus on, you will get more of. If you focus on the fear, if you focus on the emotion that holds you back, you will get more justification and more reasons why you should hold that fear. Focus on the actions, take action, and you'll get more courage showing up, and you'll see more reasons why courage should show up in your life. The key to living more fully is to become more fully self-aware. Today's lesson is about taking a step back from your life and trying to see the overall big picture with you as a player in it. So often we get caught up in the day-to-day activities of, going to work and looking after our families and looking after our loved ones and going to the gym and what are we going to have for dinner and doing those emails and catching up with friends, that we never take time to step back and really see the big picture of us in our own game of life. Today, that's what this lesson is all about. This module is designed to get you to step back from the day-to-day and really start to look at the bigger picture. One of the keys that you must look at is, as you're completing the activities within the module, is always come from a place of belief, positive belief that what you're putting down is achievable. If you utterly and thoroughly believe it within your heart, within your mind, within your soul, the way you answer those questions, the more your mind will be able to activate the necessary outcomes needed to get the result. But if you lie to yourself, if you justify yourself, if you're not as critical on yourself as you need to be, you will not get the full outcomes. So be completely honest. And only you will be able to determine that. To be in total control of your life, there are 4 things that we all need to focus on. It's interesting, I just remember from last week it was 4 things, and the week before 4 things. We all seem to work in 4s. But if you can remember these 4 things, you will start to move forward with greater momentum in your life. You will see a dynamic shift in the people that you associate with, the outcomes that you have, and the direction that your life will take. And the first and the most important is cause and effect. Another name for that would be living above the line or below the line. Okay, where the line is 100%. If you're living above the line living is where you're taking total control, total responsibility for your actions. Below the line is when you're living in blame mode. You're not taking responsibility, you're looking to shift responsibility elsewhere. Some examples would include being 100% acceptance of the situation that you're in today is a direct result of the actions that you've taken to get here. It's nobody else's fault, nobody else's reason. You are where you are today as a result of the actions that you've taken today. If you accept that, 100% accept that and believe that, that's starting to live your life at cause. If you live with focus, with hope, with determination, striving for results every day. Do you look for solutions or do you look for the problem? Do you take action or do you procrastinate? Living above the line or living at cause is where action happens. It's where success starts. The challenge for most of us is very hard to live above the line constantly. That's where true leaders, that's where true inspiration, that's where true motivators, that's where they spend their time. Most people that aren't achieving everything they want in life have a reason. They have an excuse. They have a justification. These people live what we say at effect. They are allowing their environment to impact and affect them. And as a result, they blame their consequences for their life on the external. Being judgmental, being stuck in life, living in fear, not having clear goals or clear direction, but just being vague in life, having no purpose, procrastination, being distracted. These are all at cause effects. I'm not able to achieve X task in my life because I don't know enough. That's someone that lives at effect. Where someone at cause might turn around and say, well, in order for me to achieve that goal, I need to go and do X. I need to go and educate myself in Y. Then when I've got that, I'll then move on to that. It becomes a stepping stone, as opposed to I can't achieve that because. If you ever say the word because will be the excuse. It's a very good trigger to know that you're possibly being at effect. It's a very powerful way to start thinking about the situations you're having in your life. Sit back and suddenly ask yourself, am I living this particular aspect of my life at cause or at effect? And in order to make changes, you need to start moving to the effect level. The second area is to be 100% responsible for your results. Don't blame other people for not achieving the results that you're getting. If you're not getting the results that you want through the pathway that you've chosen, choose another path. But don't blame somebody else for not achieving your outcome. I'll use a simple driving exam. My son's learning how to drive at the moment, getting ready for his driving exam. If he doesn't achieve passing his driving exam, whose fault is that? Is that my fault because I didn't take him out driving enough? Or is it his fault because he didn't come and ask? Is it his fault because he didn't pursue his activity? Or is it my job as a parent to make that happen? It's absolutely his responsibility. If he wants to learn how to drive and be a competent driver, he needs to be taking action. It's not up to me to each weekend going, hey, son, let's go for a drive. He should be driving that. Same for his schooling, education. The same for you. If you want to achieve an outcome, if you want the promotion, if you want the new job, if you want to win at the interview, then take 100% responsibility for that decision and for the outcomes that you're going to get from it. Remember, one of the other things we spoke about last week is that there is no failure, only feedback. So be responsible. Let's take the job opportunity. Be responsible. Take that action. Go for your job. Now, if you don't get the job, it's not because you failed. Take the feedback. Maybe there was an area of your interview process that wasn't quite up to speed. Maybe you were lacking in some sort of knowledge or support that you weren't able to actually provide better than somebody else. Accept that as feedback. Accept the fact that it wasn't the panel that didn't like you. It was that you weren't competitive enough to win that job. And then take action on that to improve yourself. That is somebody that's living at cause. Somebody that's living at effect and not taking 100% responsibility would blame the panel, would say it was biased, would say the other person already had the job lined up. It was a waste of time. The whole thing's rigged. That's people living at effect. Be honest in your communication. Say what you mean and mean what you say. Now, this is really hard for a lot of people because they don't want to offend, they don't want to upset people. But be honest in your communication. If people ask you a question, be honest in your response. You don't have to be offensive in it, but be honest. If you say that you're going to exercise regularly, commit to it, then mean what you say and exercise regularly. But if you're not going to commit to it, then don't say it. Because you start to become inconsistent and your mind starts to become inconsistent with what you're saying, what you're telling yourself, to the actions that you take. True progress happens when you are consistent in everything you say and everything you do. So if you say you're going to do something, take action. Say what you mean and then mean what you say. The last one is, are you a risk? Do you mind taking risks, or do you wait until everything's perfect so you get everything right? You know, I've been guilty of this one myself quite often. This is a big one for me. I generally try and wait till everything I know is going to be right, so when I do it, it works out. But that's not living a true cause. True cause is get out there, get feedback from your results, and move forward. Become a risk taker. Become a risk taker in your decisions. Take the feedback and move forward. Don't wait until everything is right to move forward. Experience is gained through taking action. If you wait till the moment is right, if you want to start your own business but you're waiting for the money to be right or the climate to be right or the right day of the week to start, you'll never start. Everything's never going to be perfect for you. But make a start. Take a risk, take a chance. If that's part of your dream, if that's part of your desire, then that's what you need to do. Get out there and get started. Then start to have the sensory awareness of what the results are you getting. Are you moving more towards your goal or are you slightly off track? Then we adjust the path and off we go. This is a big lesson this week. It's a big module. As I said at the start, be completely honest with yourself. You really need to start to get the mind thinking, am I truly living my life at cause? Am I being 100% responsible for the actions that I'm taking? Do I honestly say what I mean and do I mean it? And do I mean what I say when I take those words out? Are you a risk taker or are you waiting for everything to be perfect? I look forward to our coaching session through the week. Good luck with the module. Remember, if you've got any questions as you go, if you're not sure about any aspect of it, please just drop me a quick email and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. Enjoy the time and I look forward to our session together one-on-one. Take care and have a fantastic week.